This video is showing you how to search, open, and use a magazine mockup to display a spread for a magazine or an advertisement. So in Google, if you were to search free mockups, your first results are going to be sites that provide you links to download Photoshop documents, sometimes Sketch or Figma documents that you could mock up your designs to make them display beautifully in your portfolio or when you're sharing them for review or with clients. So if I go to all free mockups, you can see that it is a website that allows me to search, browse, look at categories for mockups. And I have scrolled to this matte paper magazine mockup. So a word of caution with mockups for magazines is that many designs are using international paper sizes. So A4 for a magazine is typical. And if you're in the United States, we use 8.5 by 11 for our magazines often, and sometimes other sizes, but we use inches, and so it is different. So when I first started searching, I clicked to a magazine that didn't say A4. It wasn't clear right away, and I needed to keep scrolling and looking to be able to find that it is actually A4, which is not going to work for my letter size advertisement. So I looked a little bit further and I found this one, which does look like it's the right ratio. So when I clicked to it, I downloaded, I went to this page, and now I keep looking until I find the download button. I see it's here. It takes me somewhere else. This one is free. It is saying, hey, I can pay if I want to. I'm going to say 0 for now and say I want this. And they're going to make me give my email address for this one. And so that might be worth it for different designs. I think for this one, I might choose not to. So I'm going to continue to look because I'm recording here and see if I can find an internal page of a magazine that might not require. So it takes a little bit of time to find ones that might do what you need them to do. This one looks promising, and so does this one. Let's see. So look for the free download. And again, especially from Mockup World, it takes you to all different types of websites, so you never know what it's going to be. Okay, this looks okay. I'm going to download the mockup. Oh, here we go. Open magazine mockup. It's a PSD. All right. This page looks big, I think. Okay, so this one, again, we're looking for smart objects in Photoshop. A smart object is this icon. That's a piece of paper with a square. It's basically an embedded file within a Photoshop document. If I double click on the thumbnail of that layer, it opens up the file. So I could do anything in this file, like let's say I just decided to draw a rectangle. And if I close that tab and say save, it will update it right here in my mockup. So that's how the smart object works. So in this case, when you're trying to put your own designs in, you would grab your design, and in that PSB file, which is the smart object, you would place your file. So in this example, this mockup would not work for me because my design is 8.5 by 11 and this is international paper. But to show you how it works, I'm going to scale it to large, say check, close my tab, save. And now if I go to that page, you can see my ad mocked up in the magazine. All right, so the challenge is when you're using mockups, you have to find mockups that really work for you and are the right sizes. So that one was not 8.5 by 11. Let's see if we can find another one. says an Australian designer, so it does not seem like it's going to be 8.5 by 11. So sometimes things are a little bit harder to find. So you could do free mock-up 8.5 by 11 paper. And you should be able to look at many of them and see if they appear to be the right ratio. This one might be. Again, you're always looking for that download button. There's always going to be ads. All right, so on this one it says left page, right page. All right, so let's go into our left page and see if it's the right size. It's looking pretty good. Return, close, save. Beautiful, I have my ad on the left side. Okay, so I can see that there's two other right pages. So for this one, I would want to mock up the content that might be there. So I might actually look for an 8.5 by 11 magazine. Let's say 8.5 by 11 magazine PDF. Or maybe I'm just looking for a magazine spread, because if it's one where you haven't designed all the pages, you do want something to be there. So you might need to, for your mock-up, pick a generic image that you could use. So that could be a little challenging. So maybe you would pick a mock-up that you only needed one page, or there was something already there. But the magazine makes it a little bit difficult. For our project, because we're using WVU magazine PDF, we're promoting WVU, we could probably find, here's a 2018 magazine that is WVU Nursing. Maybe we would find a article. So I am going to screen capture that article. Double click on the right page. Make it fit, close, save. Right, so now it looks like it's an article. The same for the page behind it. And I could come into this PDF and find another page and screen capture it, paste it in, scale it to fit, move it into place, click return, close the tab, save it. Beautiful, right? All right, so now I would say file, save a copy. So this would be the JPEG that you would share maybe on your website. So we'll say magazine mockup. If you want to be able to edit this ever again, you'll need to save a copy of the Photoshop document as well. For your project in a class that we are in, you would, we're putting the mock-up first. You would show your mock-up as the first page, and then just the design would be your second page. All right, so hopefully that's helpful about how you, if you're in the US looking for 8.5 by 11 mock-ups, what to expect, and that it is layers with smart objects that you're going to double click into and put your own designs, and then that gets kind of magically placed into the mock-up design. All right, good luck.